One shot, everything rides on tonight. Even if I got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And that is right. This is the time, guys. This is our moment. Bitcoin's still in the 4 figures. People keep asking, because there's a lot of coins that aren't going to make the second cut, in my opinion. I think there's going to be coins that are going to stay where they are and then just eventually die off. What is really a big eye-opener, if you go look at that one Crypto Daily video, I forget the name of it, but he takes it, he uses that website, and he goes back in time. And if you just scroll through all those coins, they're all exist, you know, like most of them are gone. And we're going to see that. And when you're really, really on the inside, it's easier to kind of see what coins are going to be around a few years from now, as opposed to not. Like if you're on the outside, it's really hard to know what is truly going to be around. Even if you are on the inside, it's going to be hard. But, you know, you have, if you're doing the research, if you're living, breathing this stuff, it's really, and it's funny because I was watching the Dollar Vigilante, and he was talking about Warren Buffett, and Warren Buffett's calling it a bubble, right? And and he made a really good point, the Dollar Vigilante. He said, basically Bitcoin, it's basically almost like Warren Buffett's net worth, right? And that's one human. So how can Bitcoin, if it's a universally used currency, whatever you want to call it, if one man has as much money as the market cap? So, and then he said, Warren Buffett is a bubble. And I just started busting out laughing. I still laugh, but I think that was fucking funny. Warren Buffett is a bubble. And that's fucking true, man. With the, like, it's just so ridiculous. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's so easy to get into it and just make billions of dollars when you're in the seat he's in. I'm not saying he didn't use any skill or talent or hard work, yada, yada, yada. But when you're in with the banks, it's really easy to win. So what are we looking at? SYS Coin was doing a nice. They're having to rebrand. That was very nice. Obviously, today's a big day. I've been looking and beta testing the No Limit Coin UI. And I kind of find it funny. Like, this is what's going on the inside. These coins that have just been kind of laying low key, you know, buying time. And then out of nowhere, it's going to be like brand new product. Going to be able to use Visa, MasterCard to buy the coin directly through the site. That's huge. I mean, that's absolutely massive. If this coin has been hitting a floor of about 18 cents over and over again during the worst dumps, like the worst dumps you could possibly imagine, you know, the one that was silly, auto-corrected just instantly. I think it was this one. But yeah, lots of shots being taken. And if you look at No Limit Coin, it's forming like a glove, right? Like you can see the fingers from the people taking shots. But that's fine, because what happens with the glove, right? You might get another one, and then that bitch goes up, and then you'll see a thumb, right? And then it forms, you know, it's never going to go that way, but, you know, it forms a glove. You just think of it as like a badass hand, you know? So I really think we're about to experience the other side of this glove. You know, I'm just going to say something. You know, I remember, if you look at this little bleep back here, I remember when it was flatlined and I made a video and I was like, you know, eventually this part over here is going to be as big and bigger than this part. Because this part looked like this up here back then because it was so high. It was like on the second line. It was a monster tower. And yeah, I remember that. You can go back and look at the video. It's pretty funny. And then as you can see from up here, this doesn't even exist. So we're going to make a nice hand, and you call it a Batman head, but with the way No Limit Coin has been treated, like the amount of damage it took from just like, because, you know, hey, holler at your boy. We did an ICO. It was the best ICO of the year, right? It raised the most. If you got in a No Limit Coin, quote unquote, unofficial ICO with me, you made the most gains out of any coin you bought this year, period. If you held, obviously, if you sold at 200 Satoshi, then you probably didn't, like a lot of people did. But, yeah, because this was a big phase right here with this jump. That was a big phase. That got rid of a lot of people because that was a huge jump going from like 20 Satoshi to 900. You know what I mean? 15 Satoshi to 900. So just been a wild adventure. And now we're about to have the mass ads, the UI, beta testing right now. Everything's going schedule. Badass new logo, being a just complete rebrand. You know, kiss this goodbye. The old school is nostalgic. I still got some old school shirts of this, so they'll probably be worth a lot of money one day. The throwback No Limit. So if you got one of those old school No Limit coin with the old school logo, you probably want to hold on to that because it's probably going to be worth money one day. It's going to be one of the throwbacks. And then you got the Visa MasterCard. I also got some other shit. I mean, we have such a great community. You know, Santa Crypto Daily Clause might, you know, it's unofficial. Nothing's happening, but you know, there might be some exchanges in the near future for No Limit Coin. We're gonna obviously going and attacking, right? But you know, when you got the No Limit crew out there putting in work, you never know. So there's a lot of exciting things going on because you know what? No Limit Coin has still yet to get on its first official badass exchange. Right, you need one of those nice exchanges that everyone knows is legit. You know, the big money don't really fuck with Yobit. You know, they really don't fuck with Nova Exchange. Cryptopia is up there. That's like the respected of the grumbles. You know, like the respected of the ground G's. Right? It's like, all right, well, that's the leader of the pack, of the wolf pack, or whatever you want to call it. So you know, some investors fuck with Cryptopia, some don't. But you know, once you start getting into the upper crusties. And then it falls like dominoes because once you're in one, it's like you're in the club and then it's easier to get in the other. So, you know, we're fighting Klon. We came from way down here. We came from nothing. We came from under the gutter where we started. And now, you know, $1, easy money already there in my vision. So, yeah, Bitcoin has been hitting that 58, 57. Boom, boom, boom. Obviously, it's the law. It's human law. Anytime something goes up, it's going to stall because people are going to then hop. And what is kind of interesting to me is we have pretty much a hostile takeover of Bitcoin with Segwit2x. It's one of the most vicious forks you can imagine. They're trying to hit us. It's a really, really great one. If you go look at Andrew Apanopoulos, I know I'm wrong. I tried though, guys. I mean, people want me to learn a different language. It's like, man, I'm still trying to learn English. I was born with a lisp. I had a shark tooth. It is what it is. But that dude, go watch some of his stuff. And he brings up really, really good points. And he was saying basically the forks are a good thing because what it's doing is you're getting the best like beta testers. Because all you're doing is making the system stronger. It's like now, after this fork, we're going to learn how to defend ourselves better against future forks till we become invincible. So, and it just looks like this one's a big one. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin did take a little bit of a dip. You know, I was saying it earlier in my videos. I was saying once we hit 6, because Bitcoin Gold wasn't looked at as like a hostile takeover or anything. It was just looked at like a money grab. Segwit2x is a little different. It's a little different of an animal. Yeah, the coin could be worth more. So people are a little bit like they're torn right now. You're starting to see it in the market. They're torn. They don't know what to do because it's like, man, you know, Segwit2x could be worth a lot of money. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be bad and there's like a glitch in the system, or you know, what if the attack is successful? So you're starting to see the emotions, and it's a beautiful time to really be trading. Beautiful time to get out there with the trading. When the emotions are high right now, you can, all right, so when the emotions are high with Bitcoin, most of the big guys who are fucking with the alts that can make a big difference, they're focused on Bitcoin right now. What do you think I'm researching? I'm studying Bitcoin all the time right now. I'm looking at everything. I've seen every video, read every article, literally every. Like, I don't think there's anything out there that I haven't seen. And that sounds psycho, and it probably, but when you're watching on 1.5, sometimes 2x speed, just fucking like mining information. Know everything about Bitcoin that could possibly be out there if it's on the Reddit, if it's out there. So, and I'm listening to all the people. And this is, it's serious, but I'm confident. So it's just that way. And I'm not quite sure what happened to the price. The altcoins are going to continue to suffer. Hey, man, you know, I get a lot of credit for the ICOs I pick. You know, every ICO that I've put my name on, that I've backed, has been a home run, basically from No Limit Coin, MyBit. So the ICOs I don't pick, though, that I don't put my name on, should really get some credit too, because I mean, I didn't put my name on Enigma. I'm not saying they're bad ICOs. I'm just saying that it was a bad time to have them that come out, right? I said everyone was on Pillar. I'm like, I'm not on Pillar. It's bad timing. What happened? Boom. And then MyBit was on that perfect time, and MyBit went like 6x right after. And then, you know, of course, people, you know, just there was sort of a bounty issue where the bounty guys just went wild and kind of hurt us a bit. But we've been floating around profitable 2x the whole time, at least, you know, around the money, and just stomped out at that price. And obviously just 2.5 million supply, whatever, like it's free in my opinion. So, but yeah, man, all these big stars, superstar ICOs that people always craving about, you know, you didn't hear me in all these. You know, PayPal had a cap, so I didn't even look at that. Like when I was talking about PayPal, I don't mention small swings anymore. I don't do that shit. I only mention the shit that's big swing that I'm willing to, you know, really be a part of the team and all that. So, I mentioned PayPal just because it was capped, so it's like it was free to me. But you know, I've been scooping up PayPal for half the ICO price. But it's just a bad time to have ICOs released right now. So all these high, you know, Kyber Network, all these really high profile ICOs have not been just popping, and a lot of them have been a lot cheaper than, you know, dude, I was getting Enigma for 35 cents cheaper. It was just dumping so hard. If people want to do the low volume, because right now is a perfect time to scoop up these post ICO Ether coins on Ether Delta, because bounty people or whatever, if I said this before, the low volume coins, you put a big old stack of something, put a big old stack of Bitcoin or a big old stack of Ethereum at the bottom, and people, especially bounty people who got that shit for free, they're going to be looking at it and be like, man, there's no other orders, because people don't have patience and a lot of people don't use Ether Delta. So I have been just getting absolute free PayPal, absolute free kick for like 2 cents, 3 cents. I'm telling you, it's real. It does, you gotta wait, you know, it's fishing. You can't just go on the boat and say, I want the big bass now. No, you gotta be a little patient, do a little moves, get the right bait, and you'll be good. But you know, I don't pay sticker price ever. And right now it's an absolute perfect time to accumulate a lot of these tokens that are super cheap, because guess what's going to happen? If they're going to succeed, once they get on bigger and better exchanges, that's when you're going to see the pop. Plus post ICO or post fork, that you should see some of these also get a pop. The reason I like the ICO coins now is because they're cheaper than they are ever going to be if they're going to succeed. Because, you know, people, once you get rid of all the bounty dumpers, then you have the people bought in the ICO, and they're not going to really sell for a loss. Some of them will, but you know, some of them won't. And so you have a nice kind of like, you know, like a natural floor when it comes to how low the prices can really get. So when you get into an Enigma at 30, 35 cents, you can be, you know, you can rest pretty assured, hey, if this project's actually going to work, and you do your research, you see the team is active, all that, then you know you're hedging yourself against any kind of big losses, as opposed to like, dude, I made mistakes, man. I bought what, LBR fucking credits at like 10K Satoshi or whatever, because really at the time it wasn't for an investment. I was like buying a bunch to like use the platform, and then the platform was kind of complicated, and then I got busy and never really got into it. But anyway, I wasn't using it as an investment. But dude, those things are worth like 3K Satoshi, 2,800 Satoshi right now. It's like over 4x loss, 3x loss, you know, like, I know, like, I'm bag, and I'm never going to sell them. I'm going to, you know me, you're going to bury me with them shits if they don't ever get past 10K Satoshi again. I don't care about the USD price. I'll bag hold those for life. But, if you're just looking at coins, like what's going on, what kind of coins are having a lot of updates, you know, tons of updates. Obviously, No Limit Coin, SYS Coin's having to rebrand. Stratus should probably be doing better. Factum, I've been loading up on Factum. I'm good on EOS for now. I've already got me a nice pump. If it goes below 40 cents, I'm going to attack it. If I start to see that, holy shit, the mothership has landed, meaning like, you know, it's done, the product's way ahead of schedule, yada, 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 I might scoop up a little bit more, but either way, I'm happy. I got a large portion. A large-ish portion, so pretty nicely diversified at the moment. Obsidian had some really big updates. They added to a lot of team. Vibe is basically free right now. I said Stratus should be up, and it looks like it is a bit. And that's the thing. If you remember last fork, we had the ups and the downs. That's how I made all that money off basic attention token, because remember, things would be down 20% and then be up 20%. And people were just kind of like taking pictures and watching and saying, "Woo, whoa, look at all this." And I'm sitting there just chunking spears and, you know, sell spears, buy spears, sell spears. It was insane, because anytime you see those type of swings and you know the market has a cap on it, because we know the market has a cap on it. Basic attention token is not going to pop off the 30 cents right now before the fork. I would put 5 to 1. Anyone want to bet me 5 to 1 that basic attention token is not going to pop off the 30 cents prior fork? Obvious, right? No one's going to take that bet. I could say 10 to 1. Nobody's going to take that bet, because they know. So if basic attention token goes up to 20 cents like it did recently a few days ago, why wouldn't you throw a sell spear knowing that it's going to come back down underwater? Because what happens with a coin, if it's not going to go past a certain threshold and then it hits that threshold that it's not going to go past, then it stalls, right? Because it's like, it's like a rocket, like with a roof on it. It's like, and then eventually it runs out of gas and then it slowly goes down. And then the people are, "Oh, I like basic attention token," buy it up, and then it hits that roof. That's how it works. Because this roof is people selling for the fork. So it's just, it's the exact same thing happened last time. I've already been making nice money doing it this time. Anytime anything's going to be at like a serious high, I'm going to be selling some of it, right? I always keep my nest egg. Really, I can't be throwing the big spears nowadays anyway. And with that said, I do that within reason. Never ever do that to an investment where you're going to hurt. Like, for instance, I don't sell any no limit coin. I'm buying no limit coin because I see it as a startup, and it's kind of like selling shares this early in a startup's company is sort of like, if you ever watch Shark Tank, if you watch every startup, they always say they don't want to take it to where they have to give up 1% of their profits, because it's like, well, that's bleeding the startup dry, right? So I don't want to bleed the startup dry. I want to see, I'm in it for the long haul, in the terms that I'm looking at it when it's massively adopted, when it gets off, when it has millions and millions of 24-hour volume. That's a different beast, right? But we want to get it to that beast, and it may never get to that beast if people, you know, with large portions are always trying to take equity from the business when it's early. Now we have this beast where it doesn't matter, you know, we get big buy walls, easily can handle. We've already seen what happened when people dump 1 million coin. It's just like a Grand Canyon effect, but you know, it's just basically a lot of people getting free coin, and then it auto corrects instantly. So I'm not worried about that at all. It's everything's ready. The base, the rocket's fully fueled. Everything's good. So we are about to stratosphere. What else is there? So basically, let me run back. Promised a Saturday video for you guys. Been fucking busy all morning. UI after UI. On G, the update, the new coin, changing the ticker to on G, adding some cool shit on the back end. The coin's gonna be new and improved. The waves, dual blockchain feature, all that shit's gonna be in there. It's gonna be awesome. There's also a special announcement coming for all the coin holders now. A lot of good shit on the way. On G is going to put Slack, RIP, no more Slack. It's going to be completely replace Slack. It's going to completely replace. At first, we're targeting, it's going to be like a crypto Facebook. We understand Facebook's a beast. We're not trying to fucking, you know, when Facebook started, it didn't just go after MySpace. It said you have to be in college to get into this thing. So now we're going to make it to where you're kind of, you don't have to be in crypto, but it's going to be known as kind of like the crypto Facebook. And, you know, people might be on there. They might be posting their brags. You know, they might be, look, I bought basic attention token for 2,200 Satoshi and sold it for 3K Satoshi in the same day. And then, you know, it gets lots of love, a couple shares. So that's what we're looking at. It's going to be awesome. The new UI, that's what I'm going to be doing all day today, just constantly testing the new UI for No Limit Coin. The beta test is real. So excited for that to be out, launched. I know everyone else is too. That's when everyone, the floodgates, that's when all the big partnerships should happen. That's when we're really going to strive to hit every exchange. I know a lot of my investors have been holding back because they don't want to present the product now. They want to present it with the new logo, new UI, new everything. So this is when the ball should really, No Limit Coin 2. This is the 2.0 version of the rise. And this is just what it is, man. In this crypto world, you're seeing a lot of SIA coins die out. You're starting to see a lot of these low level coins, because they're not fighting. They're not fighting. They're not fighting like we are. We're fighting. We understand that nothing's given. Just because we're the only fantasy sports coin, just because we're the one putting in the most work, we have the workable platform. We don't take anything. We're fucking humble. We understand we can be taken out tomorrow. And we're not going to allow that. So it's constant work, constantly focusing on it's like, dude, just because you're 2 laps ahead of everybody, you don't stop. You keep running, you run faster, you press the gas down, you go for the throat. There is no, this isn't a movie where they point the gun to the head and they start talking to people. No, man, you ain't going to see it coming. You're going to have a bullet between your eyes. And it's going to be the movie's going to be over like that. There's no suspense. We're going straight for the fucking jugular. Nobody's going to be fucking with us. We are the fantasy sports crypto, No Limit Coin. The fantasy sports crypto, fuck off if you think you're going to come in. At this point, DraftKings even comes in. It's going to be laughable because we can attack them for being, the big corporation. They're not going to be doing community logos. Over 60 participants. The Mimi contest had 500-600 Mimi, something crazy. It is what it is. It's more like a movement now, sort of anything. So yeah, just wanted to, I know there's a lot of other stuff, but I'm going to kill it here. Cheers. Peace.